Welcome to Rare Coins Numix, where history and treasure meet in every coin. Today, we explore the intriguing world of ultra-rare Washington quarters, coins that look familiar but hold secrets worth thousands. These aren't just pieces of metal, they are stories frozen in time, waiting to be discovered by those who know what to look for. In the year 1981, America was moving into a new era. The country was filled with change, energy, and momentum. People were looking ahead, while the world around them shifted rapidly. And in that year, a simple coin was created. A small object that would travel quietly through cities and hands, unnoticed by most. That coin was the 1981 quarter dollar minted in Philadelphia. The one with the letter P that IT looked like every other quarter. Shiny. Silver-colored. Lightweight. People spent it at grocery stores, laundromats, gas stations. It was nothing special to them. It was just another 25-cent piece. But hidden in that ordinary appearance was a detail that collectors would come to treasure. The design was familiar. On one side, the face of George Washington, the first president of the United States. A serious, calm expression. Around him, the word liberty. Below, the phrase "In God We Trust." And at the bottom, the year. Just above the year, a small P. That letter stood for the Philadelphia Mint. Turn the coin over, and you would see an eagle. Its wings stretched wide. Arrows held in its claws. Beneath, a group of olive branches. Above the eagle, the name of the country. At the bottom, the words quarter dollar. Simple. Classic. Powerful. Now think about this. In that year, over 600 million quarters were made in Philadelphia. That is a huge number. Too many to count. So many that most people would not give any thought to one quarter from another. Most would assume they are all the same. But they were not. You see, when coins are made, mistakes sometimes happen. Machines strike coins with great force. If the dies are worn or misaligned, the images can shift. Letters might blur. Details can double. Mint marks might be filled with dust or grease, making them hard to see. These are called minting errors. And some of them are very rare. At first, nobody noticed. These flawed quarters looked normal to most people. They were spent and saved like all the others. But over time, coin collectors began to study them more closely. They found that some had strange features. A few had doubled images. Some had strange surfaces. Others had soft or missing mint marks. These coins became something special. Collectors knew these errors did not appear often. They began to look for more. The hunt was on. Coins were taken from jars, drawers, wallets. People searched through bags of change. They sent coins to grading experts. They hoped to find something unique, and they did. A few of these 1981 quarters, all from the Philadelphia Mint, were found to be different. They had errors that made them valuable. Not just a few dollars valuable. Not even a few hundred. Some were worth much more. Think about a coin that once sat in a child's piggy bank. That paid for a soda at a corner store. That helped feed a parking meter. A coin that was used and forgotten. Years later, that same coin could be pulled from a box and examined closely. And what was once 25 cents could now be worth a small fortune. Why? Because rarity matters. Mistakes matter. Age is one thing, but a rare error in a sea of perfect copies is what collectors want. That is what gives a coin its true value. When there are only a few known to exist, people will pay large sums to own them. Let us take a moment to imagine. One coin leaves the mint in 1981. It has a tiny mistake. Maybe the die shifted. Maybe the mint mark is weak. Maybe the lettering is doubled. That coin moves through time. Decades pass. One day, it is found. A collector sees something special. It is sent to be graded. And when the results come back, it is confirmed. Rare. Unique. Valuable. Soon, it ends up at an auction. Collectors notice. Bids begin. The price rises. People compete to own it. What started as a coin worth 25 cents now becomes something far more. Coins like this are treasures. They connect us to history. They show us that even the smallest details can matter. They remind us that anything can carry a secret, even a simple coin. So now, you might be wondering. What is the highest value this coin has reached? How much could one small 1981 quarter with the right error actually be worth? After all the searching, all the grading, and all the auctions, one of these rare error quarters was sold for an incredible amount that it did not sell for $100. It did not sell for $1,000. It did not even stop at $10,000. The final sale price was $85,000. That is right. A quarter. 25 cents. Sold for $85,000. So next time you hold a coin in your hand, take a closer look. You might be holding something far more valuable than you think. You might be holding a hidden piece of history, you might be holding a treasure. Keep your eyes open. Keep your curiosity alive. Because sometimes, fortune is hiding right in the palm of your hand, and remember, not all treasures are buried. Some are just waiting to be discovered. Up next, we turn our attention to a coin that many people may have seen, spent, or even lost under a couch cushion without a second thought. It is small, silver-toned, and often forgotten. But the story it carries is far more valuable than its size might suggest. This is the 1990 quarter dollar, minted in Denver, marked with the small letter D. And while it may seem like just another coin in the crowd, this one has a story worth telling. Back in 1990, the world looked a lot different. The Cold War was fading. The internet was barely a whisper. People were still using payphones and writing checks. But some things remained constant, like the coins in our pockets. In that year, millions of Americans used this exact quarter without ever realizing it might be special. The 1990 D quarter came from the Denver Mint, which produced over 925 million quarters that year. A number so massive, it becomes almost impossible to picture. Coins were struck, bagged, and shipped across the country. From gas stations to grocery stores, these quarters became part of daily life, and yet, hidden in that sea of metal, a few rare coins were born differently. To most, this quarter looks familiar. The face of George Washington stands firm, eyes forward. Liberty arches above. The phrase "In God We Trust" sits calmly at his left, and the year 1990 appears beneath his neckline. Beside that year, a small D marks its birthplace, Denver. Flip the coin over, and you will find the proud eagle with wings spread, perched above arrows and olive branches. Everything appears normal. But it is not. Among the countless coins produced that year, a very small number had something unique: errors made during the minting process. These were not mistakes you could spot from across the room. These were subtle, often invisible to the casual observer. A doubled letter. A misplaced feature. A weak strike. A slightly off-center image. To the untrained eye, these differences seemed like nothing. But to coin experts and collectors, they meant everything. One of these coins, a 1990 D quarter, was eventually pulled from the shadows of circulation and placed under the microscope. What was discovered was extraordinary. This coin had a rare variation, combined with flawless preservation. It had survived decades without damage, kept its condition intact, and carried a mistake that was not meant to exist. Coins like this are rare not only because of their physical differences but also because of their survival. Most coins wear down quickly. They get scratched, dented, discolored. But this one did not. Somehow, it stayed safe. Hidden away. Waiting for the right eyes to find it. What makes this particular coin even more fascinating is how easily it could have been lost forever. It could have been tossed into a toll booth, slipped into a soda machine, or buried in a child's piggy bank. No one would have known what they held, and that is what makes coin collecting such a fascinating journey. Every coin has two stories. The one it shares with everyone, and the one it saves for those who truly pay attention. This 1990 D quarter is not flashy. It does not glitter with precious metal. But it holds something far more valuable: rarity, mystery, and history. Over time, more collectors began paying attention to the details of 1990 D quarters. Some found minor errors. A few found unusual strikes. But only a very select number, perhaps just one, matched the level of detail, condition, and scarcity of this particular coin. So how does a coin like this move from someone's pocket to becoming a collector's prize? It starts with curiosity. It starts with someone willing to ask a simple question: is this coin different? That one question opens the door. And once it is opened, a path to something incredible begins. Grading experts confirmed its quality. Specialists identified the error. Its story came together, piece by piece. And what began as a 25-cent coin transformed into a historical artifact with value beyond what most people could imagine. And now, here comes the moment that answers the question many viewers are silently asking: what is this coin really worth? What is the true value of this simple-looking quarter, this rare 1990 D coin, with its pristine condition and unique characteristics, has been professionally examined and valued at an astonishing $69,000. It is a reminder that incredible things often go unnoticed. That value can be hidden in plain sight. And that sometimes, all it takes is a second look to change everything. So before you spend your change without thinking, take a moment. Examine the year. Check the mint mark. Feel the texture. What may seem like just another coin might be the one that rewrites your story, because sometimes, the most valuable discoveries are the ones that start with something small, something ordinary, and something most people would ignore. And with that incredible piece behind us, we are just getting started. There are still more coins in today's lineup. More surprises. More history. And maybe, even more hidden treasure waiting to be found. Next rare quarter, the year was 1993. The United States was entering a new chapter. The Cold War had ended, the internet was beginning to take shape, and culture was evolving. New music, new technology, and a fresh sense of optimism filled the air. Amid these changes, one thing remained constant: coins. They lived quietly in pockets, passed across counters, tucked away in drawers. Among them, the 1993 quarter dollar minted in Denver quietly entered American circulation. At first glance, the coin seemed ordinary. Worth 25 cents, fulfilling its purpose. George Washington's profile adorned one side, the bald eagle with wings spread on the other. A design familiar to millions for decades, yet beneath this familiarity, some coins held secrets. Small differences, nearly invisible errors, and rare variations destined to make them stand out. Over time, collectors began to notice. What had once been ordinary objects became highly sought treasures. To understand what makes the 1993 D quarter special, focus on the details. On the obverse, the portrait of George Washington, designed in the 1930s, remained unchanged. His expression calm, his gaze steady. Above him, the word Liberty. To the left, the motto In God We Trust. Below, the year 1993. To the right, the small but important letter D, marking the Denver Mint. The reverse showed the eagle, sharp-eyed and majestic, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbols of strength and peace. The words United States of America curved above its wings. At the bottom, the denomination, quarter dollar. A classic design embraced for generations. But among the hundreds of millions minted that year, a few coins carried small, critical differences. Flaws created during minting. Errors caused by worn dies, clogged machinery, or slight misalignments. In most industries, these would lead to rejection. In coin collecting, they create legends. In 1993, over 639 million quarters were minted in Denver. Among these, a tiny fraction bore rare mint errors, off-center strikes, doubled images on lettering or numbers, filled die errors where parts of the design were missing or blurred. Such anomalies occurred during high-speed production and are incredibly rare in well-preserved condition. Most rare quarters entered circulation and led ordinary lives. They passed from hand to hand, used in parking meters, vending machines, tip jars, and wore down over time. A small number, however, avoided damage. They were stored, forgotten in jars or collections. These are the coins collectors dream of finding. Sharp-eyed collectors began to discover them. They noticed subtle shifts, uneven rims, doubled letters, misaligned wings, or faint mint marks. Such clues signaled rarity. Coin grading experts examined the best specimens. Condition matters. A rare error holds value only if preserved well, no scratches, no discoloration, no mishandling. Coins with rare errors and excellent condition become prized treasures. One such coin, a 1993 D quarter, was found in exceptional condition. The surface nearly flawless, the strike sharp. More importantly, it carried a rare die variation seen only on a handful of coins from that year and mint. This was no ordinary quarter. It was a discovery. The coin was authenticated by professionals. The error confirmed. The condition graded at a level few coins ever reach. This quarter transformed from currency to numismatic treasure. Interest among collectors grew. Rarity drives demand. When demand rises for something so uncommon, value soars. What was once a 25-cent coin became a coveted prize. Metal that once bought a coffee now held the worth of a car, or more. This story changes how we see everyday objects. It shows that even ordinary things can become extraordinary with time, context, rarity, and preservation. Imagine owning one of these coins without knowing. Imagine finding a 1993 D quarter in an old drawer and realizing its true worth. This is not fantasy. It happens. Collectors hunt through change, scan rolls, study details overlooked by most. Because history sometimes hides in plain sight. A small imperfection can turn into a fortune. Now, the moment of truth. What is the value of this rare 1993 D quarter? What price does it command? Preserved in stunning condition and marked by a unique mint error, this coin is valued at $62,000. From 25 cents to $62,000, that is the leap rarity and condition can create. That it makes one wonder, how many treasures remain hidden in pockets, collections, boxes unopened for years. How many coins wait to be discovered? That is the magic of coin collecting. It is not just about metal or minting. It is about stories, history, patience, curiosity, and sometimes, luck. Before spending your next quarter, pause. Look at the year. Check the mint mark. Study the details. You might be holding more than change, you might be holding something priceless. As we continue exploring rare American coins, remember, sometimes the rarest treasures are already in your hands. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Leave a comment below to tell us what you think or if you've ever found a rare coin. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get daily videos about hidden treasures and rare finds.